Good morning, everybody, and welcome. It's great to see such a good turnout. Very happy to have you all here and very excited to celebrate the 7th bridge opening on Mission Creek. I'd like to start by welcoming and acknowledging a few people. We have with us Mayor Murillo, who will be speaking to you this morning, Councilmember Oscar Gutierrez, who is the representative for this district. I also want to introduce Pat Kelly, who's a past city engineer and who was really largely responsible for getting the whole bridge program going, and it's still his baby. So it's nice to have him. He comes to all of these. The bridge is the 7th, as I said, on Mission Creek. Since the community is fairly old, all of these bridges are about 100 years old. We don't really notice them until we take them down, and then the community has to deal with the consequences of it. So with 7 bridges in the last decade and 1 more to go, we are certainly finding all of our routes around the west side. We have been working systematically with county flood control, and as we do these projects, they work in the creek to widen the creek to increase flood conveyance capacity and restore habitat. We were not in partnership on this one because of the debris flow. Their funding was diverted, but they will be coming back to do a project to widen the creek here. It is scheduled for next summer. It will include the reach between Gutierrez Bridge and Haley Bridge after that. So that was exciting to this community too, as it will increase the flood readiness and flood protection. I also want to mention that today, well, we were expecting to have a groundbreaking for the De La Guerra Bridge today. We try to finish one before we start the next one, but it's been delayed because there are some hummingbirds nesting there. So we will wait until the hummingbirds complete their family, and then we will begin demolition and work on that 8th bridge on Mission Creek. I'd like to thank a number of people, Craig Drake and Stacy Randall of Drake and Hagelin Association. Are they here? David Thornburg, Kathleen Kennedy, Tim Gash, Scott Souza, Amanda Fussy, and Brian DeMore with the city, all very important to seeing the success of this project. Can you just wave your arms, please? And more than anybody, I really want to thank the Family Services Agency and the neighbors for putting up with this incredible disturbance to your day-to-day life. For being such great neighbors and being willing to deal with this inconvenience. And hopefully this will be a wonderful improvement that you enjoy for many, many, many years to come. So with that, I'd like to introduce Mayor Murillo, and she has some remarks as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca. It sure is a day to feel pride in the city of Santa Barbara and our Public Works Department. Right on. Blessings on Mission Creek. Blessings on the hummingbirds. My goodness. I heard that was a rumor, and it's true. Okay. So after a year of construction, here we are. The Gutierrez Street Bridge is now open, named after Oscar Gutierrez. How about that? The $6.7 million renovation upgraded the 1926 functionally obsolete bridge by increasing the width of the roadway, improving the pedestrian sidewalk and corridor, and restoring the creek landscaping. The new Gutierrez Street Bridge enhances the travel corridor in this area by increasing the capacity of the roadway and improving pedestrian experience. I see people with dogs, right on. The bridge is wider to comfortably allow 2 lanes of traffic. The old bridge was 36 feet wide. The new bridge is now 48 feet wide. This will accommodate 6-foot sidewalks on each side. And the project was primarily funded by the Federal Highway Bridge Program, administered by Caltrans with additional city funds. Thanks to Oscar, so glad you're here. We have a lot of pride in this neighborhood. Lower West Side needs a lot of TLC, and so glad we're doing this here today. Thanks to Caltrans, the Architectural Board of Review for their input, review, and comments during bridge design. Oscar, would you like to say a few words? Come on up. Don't be shy.
Thank you, everybody, for upgrading this bridge. It was seriously needed, and I appreciate the patience of the neighbors and all the hard work of the families and crew that made this possible. Thank you.
So would Tim come on up, please? He's the project manager. And you say your name? Tim Gash.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. It's a big turnout. I'm happy to see that. I see a lot of the residents. Looks like some of them might still be speaking to me. That's good. So I wanted to fill in some of the details. This was a year-long project. We started, I believe, on June 10th, so we were just a couple days short of a year. And we had, as all projects proceed, they have their problems. So we had a few problems at the beginning, a few delays getting some of the utilities relocated. There's plenty of utilities going through here. They all had to be moved out of the way before we started demo. Had a few bumps there. It was delayed a little bit as we got into the project. We had some delays with some of our drilling operations. So typically that is not a problem, but with each of these creek and bridge projects around the city, we are limited by permits from Regional Water Quality Control Board, Department of Fish and Wildlife, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, NOAA. They all have time restrictions, so they don't really care when we start, but we had to be done by October 31st. These delays are a bit of a problem. So I do want to thank a few people here. We have some Granite representatives. We worked well together to come up with a plan on how to catch up. So the residents here were probably well aware that we were working nearly 12 hours a day, 6 days a week to try to catch up. And that is why there was such a stressful time for all of us. So Granite did work. They had people here, their subs. We had so many people here. I'd have to say it was one of the more exciting projects. We had nearly 10 pieces of heavy equipment in about the same space as all of you folks are standing now. We had 2 cranes and 2 excavators and 2 different pumping trucks pouring 2 different portions at the same time. It was, I think, the most exciting and busy work site I've been in my 30 years with the city. It was pretty exciting. So we worked hard. We did get to the end. I had a comment. One of the neighbors, Cliff, was commenting that he thought I had some great control, more than I had even considered, because we were fighting all of the projects, all of the work to get done. And we had our time extension to the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And we finished at 4 o'clock, and at 5 o'clock it started raining, and you might know that it rained a little bit this year, so we had a deadline and we met it by an hour. And he thought I had some control above and beyond if I could control the rain down to that time frame. So happy to have it finished. I do see a lot of the neighbors out here, and I do appreciate your help and patience with this work. We were definitely in your face, in your living room and Jason's bedroom. I think we were so close that everything is definitely affecting you folks. I do appreciate your patience. I do see a couple more people here. See Bill Callahan over here with M&S. He's part of the construction management team, and then a couple people from Granite. So we've got both Matt Grimm and somewhere Martine Nunez running around here. And other people working with us, a Cardinal group helping with the landscaping. You might notice it's not here yet, but that should be starting on Monday. So we are very close to being finished. I think those are the comments I wanted to add, just a little bit of color to this year-long construction. It was bumpy, it was loud, it was dusty, but it is now complete. So I think we're probably moving to the next step. We can get the mayor and others ready, and we can cut a ribbon and open the street up and have it open to the public.